and you were smoking him, dude. You told him to shut up. You said, "Yeah, this is my show. Thank you."
Yeah, I think I said it funnier than that, but yeah, I definitely said something. Yeah.
Y'all watching Squid Game?
I'm not. I heard about it. It's one of those things you got to watch.
Supposedly the best performing show in the history of Netflix. Is that the deal? It was. I know
it's in another language. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
My buddy told me that it's
Korean.
the greatest show he's ever seen in his life.
Really?
He said it's the greatest show you ever. He said, "Do not watch it in English; it'll be cheesy. You have to watch it in their language with subtitles." And he goes, "It is the greatest show to ever exist."
So it's out of South Korea, yeah?
I don't know. I've never watched it.
I assume it's not out of North Korea.
They don't even know that there's television.
Guys, welcome back to Impaulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. If you guys are watching this from North Korea, how? Hit that subscribe button.
That's not how they say welcome.
No. How are you watching this program? I'm surely YouTube is not allowed.
Dude,
there has to be one person out there.
So South Korea, the situation in North Korea, we got to get into at some point because that shit is fucking weird.
You want to get into North Korea?
Not right now. Well, it might be cool, but
Just quickly, 30 seconds.
South Korea, though, is producing high quality fucking content now, right? Like, what was the movie that came out and swept what was that, like 2 years ago?
Parasite. Parasite.
Great movie. We watched it in a car too.
Dude, it's not just film. They got art and media. And they got K-pop band, BTS, fam. Great art's coming out of Korea.
Yeah.
Why? How?
I'd like to go visit.
Yeah, I think so.
They got a lot of soul there.
Nice, way to go. Yeah, you suck, guys. We have a guest today. He's a guest. I've been wanting to get him on the podcast for a while. I'm not sure where he is. He's not in my eye line. There he is. Come on in, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Adam Ray. He's a writer known for The Heat, Red 2, and Spy 2 2015. I'm reading your IMDb, bro.
Yeah, dude, perfect.
Can I read your
Yours right after this.
Can I read your Instagram? Ready?
Oh, please.
And tell me which one of these are true.
Oh God. I should have fucking made it funnier. Already pressure.
Yep.
What's up, fellas? I know Caleb. Who's this guy? Nice. What's up, man? You call everybody brother? Yeah. I've just started doing that recently. That's why I'm asking. And one of my black friends recently was like, he's like, "Oh, brother, huh?" And I was like, "No, it's just my thing now. Like I'm saying it like it has nothing to do with
Can I tell you something?
race." Yeah.
I
Hold on a second, Logan. So when you started, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
We'll just play a laugh. You have a laugh track?
I just found
You play a laugh track?
We're in Howie Mandel's studio. He's got all kinds of weird shit. He's telling on funny jokes.
Oh, so many gadgets. Yeah.
Adam. I can't believe this fucking shit. Holy shit.
Bro, no joke. I was doing a show in St. Louis probably 8 years ago, right? It was like maybe my second year headlining, and there's some guy I thought was playing like a cricket sound effect.
He brought his crickets.
After a bit, there was crickets in the crowd, and I was like, dude, these are the heckles you hear about, but these were real life crickets.
He brought crickets?
Yeah.
You're lying.
No.
What a scumbag.
No, hold on. I love that. It's genius.
Totally. Yeah.
It's genius.
But it was like a guy who like had, like hit a hole. I talked to him after the show. We ended up smoking this like, not a gravity bong. Yeah, meth. That's what it was. Thank you so much. George always comes in hot with the fucking
drug talk.
My mom's going to watch this. And that's how I find out you were doing meth, from that bearded fuck.
Your mom sounds like Robin, Mike's mom.
My mom.
Jewish mom?
No, but we give her that voice though.
Yeah,
because she found out
it's
that he was doing meth because
Have you
of
done
his
meth,
podcast
Mike?
as well.
Yeah, it was one of the drugs I didn't use, but many others. And by the way, I didn't bring the drugs up again.
Yeah,
this keeps
did.
happening.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll circle back to this.
Book. Sorry, go ahead.
I like the sound effect though. What's Logan's joke he's going to do?
No joke. I was just gonna say, I too, Adam.
Yeah.
This is just me being truthful.
Please.
I say, hey brother, like how? Hey brother, how? And every time I say it, I'm like, yo, is
Are they thinking
the
that I'm-
African American community? Am I
get
allowed
pissed
to?
off.
Yeah.
But it's just it's my verbiage. It's my speech,
Totally.
my diction.
Yeah, it's a part of who you are. Have you always been saying it?
A while, dude.
Yeah, a while,
We're all brothers and sisters.
Dude,
Yeah,
write that. That's a T-shirt.
Dude, we're all
Fucking
brothers
somebody
and
write that down. What was your name again, Jeff?
That's brother.
What, Kevin? Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's
Hey,
brother, that's
it
brother
worked
Kevin.
well.
Not
It
very
worked well
memorable.
for.
What's that? Yeah.
Very memorable.
Yeah, no, you're very memorable. You
Work
are,
on
dude.
it.
No, you're killing it. Wait, but the brother thing, like when the first like all black room I did was hosting for Sinbad, right? This is probably again like 10 years ago. Guy, by the way, rips like 2+ hours of crowd work material. He's got stuff about kids from his kids, and then he's got marriage stuff, and then him and his wife split and got back together. So he's got material from every stage of life. But it was my first time with an all black audience, and And Dion Cole, I remember telling me, he's like, don't black it up. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you're going to find yourself as a white dude in an all black room feeling this like inclination to kind of be like, what's up, motherfuckers? You know? And I did it. I get up there, I'm like, don't do it. And then I just see them all, and they all go nuts. And they keep it going for Adam Ray. And I get up there, I go, make some motherfucking noise in the house. And everyone's like, all right, this guy there's no way that's how he talks for real, you know?
Dude, what's your ethnicity?
I think Russian Jew. So pretty much. I just kind of carry that.
You're a white guy. You're a white guy. And I know that because I saw you perform last night, and apparently it was news to you that a Crip is different than Crips.
Bro, that was fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, my white rapper brother-in-law, Dirte. Shout out to Dirte.
I can't believe that.
YouTube is shit. It's actually not bad, but he I think he was in the Bloods and Crips, or he's got friends that he kept in touch with from the Bloods and Crips, which, you know, that's, again, what happens when your family expands. You're just like, oh, now I've got an in, you know? Like now.
Have you exercised it at all? Have you like tried to go to Compton and rep a set or any of that shit?
For sure, yeah. And it's, you know, goes as you think.
expect.
Yeah, they're just like, where's Kevin? I'm like, sorry, fucking, I didn't know I had a +1, right? Fucking, and right when
You bullied him
give
out of
him
the
a
room.
shout out, he leaves. God damn it, Kevin, we got to work on your timing, man. You just talked yourself out of a Bloods and Crips picnic. All right. What were you playing this time?
There's applause.
Nice.
Bro, you're hilarious. Dude. You're so funny.
It's an honor to be here, man.
It's an honor to have you on. I came to your show months ago.
Back at Supernova.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, when you were performing, I was like, that guy's fucking funny. You
Thanks,
know,
man.
like George said last night, like great voice, by the way, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Dude,
Really
that
good
voice.
Tequila and weed, baby.
That's
you know?
for how many
Probably
years?
a little
Logan's
lack
actually
of
on the same
sleep.
track right now, but his voice still sounds like shit.
Probably maybe my dad leaving had something to do with it, but we'll
Sure.
talk about that towards the end
Like
of the pod.
screaming in a dark
Sure.
into a plastic bag for days at a time.
Oh man, yeah,
Made you a little
for sure.
coarse.
Definitely probably did that at some point. But yeah, that show was great. That was and that was right maybe 2 months before the fight, right?
Before the fight, and was it? I think that was the first show like after COVID, like when the world just opened up,
totally.
right? Wasn't that like that's why it was a big deal? I remember going out, I was like, this is
It was a big
wild.
deal because that show, you know, shout out to my boy Mark Saratella for getting that going and the Houston brothers for putting it on. But they, you know, found a space. It was like made comics feel safe, you know, the outdoor thing. Because the cars, I don't know if George, you got to do any of these shows with cars like set up, but it's just like
the drive-in ones?
Yeah, man.
Nope, never.
You're not missing out. It was like so
They just
degrading.
reverse out of there. You're like,
Oh, yeah, dude. They gave people like clappers. It was great that they tried to get something going.
I'm sorry, a drive-in comedy show?
Yeah. There were some acts like Burt Kreischer crushed that. His act is conducive to people pulling up in cars, sitting on the back of trucks. But this was like at the Magic Castle is where it was. So people pulled in. And, you know, they had the comedy on a radio frequency in their car, but like
timing is off.
Timing's off. You couldn't hear. You need that give and take, as Neil Brennan was saying that night. He was like, this is great to flex the muscle. He's like, but you got to have that back and forth that you get with a live audience. So when we had that outdoor show, that was money, man. And I remember seeing you in the crowd and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I was like, I hope I get to say what up just because I wanted to get inside your head like, again, like 2
Literally?
months prior. What's that?
Like literally?
Yeah, dude. Like I was hoping George had some of that meth, that fucking
Yeah.
that LP meth that gets you right inside the brain.
got me
And
there.
you could just follow.
You don't want to be there, bro. It's chaotic.
What is it like? What is it like when you wake up? What's going on in your brain?
Imagine a tornado on fire with livestock being spun around by whirlwind.
Wow, dude.
That-
Do you have a
you
graphics
answered
guy? That
that
should be the
so
opening to this
quick.
podcast.
'Cause I know-
yeah,
'cause
you've been
'cause
thinking about that.
Right, because I know that's what it is. It's a on fire tornado with livestock.
Makes sense, dude.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a go dude. But in some interviews I've seen, you have a chill button.
Depends on what part of my life I'm at, you know.
For sure.
But that part of my life, I was in chill mode. Came to see a good show.
Yeah.
Got linked up, and then yes, ironic that I saw you last night.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, you free tomorrow?
Awesome,
Come on the
dude.
podcast.
Big time.
Because Georgie, as you know, our audience knows, is kind of doing the stand up
It's
thing.
hilarious, man. He's
I
grinding.
appreciate that, man.
You're grinding,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yeah, you got all the pieces, you know.
He's okay.
I haven't seen it. I haven't
I'm
seen
just
a full,
kidding.
a full set.
I'm
I'm gonna go fuck myself. Guys. I'll see you guys later.
Great to see you, man.
Yeah, see
Who
ya.
was that guy?
Hey, Kevin, let's get out of here, bro.
I think he's the best. But
Nice, dude.
but I'm
Do you
biased.
have the feedback, by the way? Did you notice
I
it?
do have the
Okay.
feedback.
Can we just make sure it's not on the?
Yeah, there's some feedback coming through the headphones here. It's Howie Studio.
I've been looking for a
yeah,
moment to ask
it's a
you.
big deal.
So look, I'm gonna out you.
Killer
I'm gonna out you, bro.
Please.
You're 39 years old.
Yeah.
But have you always been this good at comedy? Like, has it taken you forever? Because again, I sort of even asked because you're sitting next to George. I want him to hear.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Got the protege right here, man.
Yeah. So like, because when I saw you, you're seasoned, dude. You know exactly what you're doing.
Thanks.
You know when you're gonna laugh, when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
or when you're gonna get someone to laugh. Do crowd
I think
work.
there was some good crowd work that night
There
too,
was.
which is
That's-
like definitely a part of my I'd say probably really the last 5 years, it's an active part of the show, whether it's I'm doing a 15-minute set or, I was just in Fort Lauderdale and like there was some crazy shit that goes down. Sometimes I have bits that I kind of use to set up some sort of an exchange where it's like I talk about my dream, as a kid was being in the NBA. So that's a good line to use to be like, and what do you do right now? So, I'm working air conditioning. But what was that wasn't the dream, was it? And then sometimes they say, yeah. And then I'm like, oh, all right. And then that goes down a whole thing. You were a fucking 5-year-old kid being like, somebody should really fix the temperature in here. I think I'll do that someday. Hopefully get paid for it, And so this guy, so then that guy would be like, no, my dream was XYZ. And then we use that to kind of go into and get info. And usually it's, an athlete or one guy, this pothead one night, I think it was in Arizona, wanted to be an astronaut, but he straight up was just like, it was too fucking high, man. I was like, and you were already high enough, right? And he was like, pretty much, man. I was like, I couldn't get higher than I was, man.
Oh, you know what it was that night?
What's that?
There was a fucking drunk person that was having way too much fun interacting with you, and you were smoking him, dude. You told him to shut up. You said, yeah, this is my show. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I said it funnier than that. But yeah, I definitely said something. Yeah. No, dude, I love you.
You had a girl explain a circumcision.
Dude, I love you. Oh yeah, last night, yeah. Well, I appreciate you, man. It's a skill set that like I have done poorly so many times because when you're trying to do crowd work, like in podcasting, which you guys have clearly got under control, it's a fucking listening game, man. So it's like, I would be thinking of say something funny when I would start talking, and I wouldn't be listening. So then when they would say something back, I was just like trying to think of like quick snaps. And then they say something and I don't have the info. So then I'm just like, yeah, so that's probably why you got your shirt at the fucking fat fuck store. And they're like, but I'm a lady. And you're like, all right, chill,
I was telling you about my mom's untimely
I was talking about
death.
my mom's untimely death. And you just made fun of my fucking shirt. Now it doesn't
body
fit.
shamed me.
Yeah, is this guy listening? So then it was, just trusting that you can have a little silence and like build the moment is truly a big part of it. And then, just reps of, thinking something, saying it, and not being funny, and then you just get more and more comfy with trusting that you're going to deliver some, some stuff in the timely manner, right?
But have you always been doing stand up? Like, I guess, like, why? Honest question.
Yeah.
Why am I hearing about you now?
Dude, I mean, I don't know, man. It's. I've been grinding, I'd say, for I came out here for acting school at USC, graduated in 2005. Hit the ground running with, YouTube videos. YouTube had just popped, so I was doing a lot of sketches, right? SNL was always kind of the dream, so I was like, I'll do stand-up because I feel like a lot of those guys have that background. I was acting is what I came here to do, so once I wasn't doing plays, I was like, I want to still be on the stage because I love that live fix that you get from it, but, an improv did a bunch of that, but then it was trying to organize too many people to get like rehearsals and things going. I was like, stand-up is just you, so that's way more easier as far as like being accountable goes for. And, acting's been good the last couple years. It's just a grind, man. There's truly, you have to really get a good grasp on enjoying the process of getting better. And it's like early on, and George, you'll find this out, man. It's like you get a little bit of good vibes and good heat, and you kind of trick yourself into thinking you're further along than you are and expecting more out of yourself, right? And you're like, why don't I fucking, like I got a good 20 minutes now. I can't get a late night spot at the Tonight Show, and it's truly one of those numbers games careers, and the cream does rise to the top. But I think if you can, adjust your mindset, at least, and that's what I try to do, to like every year I don't, get a special or something like that. It's another year to get better, to keep, just stacking the chips on everything that you're trying to do. But honestly, man, I don't try to make excuses. It's like I have buddies back home in Seattle. There's just too many white guys. Is that what it is? Too many white guys on Netflix, and they can only take like Bill Burr. You have hair. That's probably why. You have hair. They only take bald guys in their 50s. And I'm like, that has nothing to do with it. But I appreciate the support.
We interrupt this program to bring you a word from our sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot going on in the world, whether it's stuff you're excited about or stuff you'd rather not think about. Can't always control the vibes out there, but you can always control the vibes in your head with a pair of Raycon wireless earbuds in your ear. Whether you use them to pump up, wind down, work, or work out, Raycons are my go-to for the on-the-go audio, and the new everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever with an improved rubber oil and look and feel and optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit. These are impressive before you even start listening. You get 3 new sound profiles to make sure everything you're listening to sounds its best with just the right amount of bass. And there's also an all-new awareness mode for when you need to listen to your surroundings instead. Raycons offer 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life. There's also a built-in mic, and you can take calls on your earbuds at the press of a button. They start at half the price of other premium audio brands, but they sound just as good, and Raycons come with a 45-day happiness guarantee. Right now, Impaulsive listeners can get 15% off their Raycon order at buyraycon.com/Logan. That is buyraycon.com/Logan to save 15%. Back to the program.
But yeah, I don't know. You control what you can control, man, is what I just try to do. And then, not be a piece of shit and be funny and deliver. And then hopefully, I just taped a what I hope will be my special.
I was going to ask, surely something.
So finally, I just was like, you know what? I'm going to, again, like take matters into my own hands. And I feel like I got, a good grasp on like who I am on stage and like my material I like right now that I kind of want to get rid of. And, some pre, some post-Cove stuff. And then, wanting to capture some good crowd work moments to have in a full show. And so I taped about 5 shows up in San Francisco at the Punchline, which is one of my favorite clubs. Real intimate. People definitely argue. I had an old manager that was like, have your special be in a theater. If you're introducing yourself to everyone, you want it to be grandiose and have them aesthetically be like, this guy's the shit. It's in a fucking theater. And I'm like, I kind of disagree. Is you got to whatever fits you, and the intimacy of like Supernova, as you saw me, or even the Factory with crowd work. It's a higher success rate, I feel like, and I feel more comfy to do it than in a theater, which I have done. But it's like you can't see as far back. You're yelling into the darkness, right?
The sound is different.
The sound's different, totally.
Right. No one told me this. I opened up for Joe Coy, and they didn't fucking let me know this.
Yeah.
And so I hit a joke that usually crushes to open it up.
Yeah.
And it was all like, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man.
That's okay.
We should have had that laugh machine for you. There it is. Mikey, right on cue.
My favorite question to ask.
I put it down because
I just realized you're not wearing shoes. I fucking love that about you.
Every podcast.
Real quick tangent. Do you also do that on the airplane?
All the time. If you wear shoes on the airplane, you're a fucking weirdo. If you wear jeans or shoes on the, you see some of these old
Another
guys.
great
rocking,
T-shirt. You talking T-shirts, Mike? Somebody should tell you that.
Get it out the door. But I mean, there's a lot. You see some of these old guys still rocking those 1950s traditional scenarios. They're like
traditional scenarios.
If I'm going on the plane, I'm wearing a suit. And the real old guys, they hobble in with the full suit on.
A lot of hobble.
Shorts.
Yeah.
And I'll sometimes, like, I hate to say it, but the place I draw the line is the people with the bare feet. If you don't have socks on, then leave your fucking shoes.
1,000%.
That's
socks,
disgusting.
Yeah, even if your socks, well, how about this? Dirty socks or no socks?
Dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty socks.
Because at least that's capturing some of the smell.
Yeah, I don't want to see your toes.
How dirty? What's dirty, right? Like
Good question.
Actually dirty, or like you wore them for one day?
Yep.
That is.
And by the way,
question.
I'm asking you because truthfully, I'll find myself wearing the same shorts for 10, 12,
Years.
60 days in a row.
1,000%. That's what makes dudes great, dude.
Yeah.
We're like, yo, these shorts are my ride or dies.
Yeah.
They were with me from the initial purchase.
Yeah.
They've been through some rough times, a couple pickup games, right? Did you have a favorite pair of anything lead up to the fight?
Everything, dude. I had a favorite hat. Said Yeti on it.
Nice.
I got fucked up and survived everything. I'm telling you, this has been all around the world.
Wow.
Spain. We went to Ibiza, Ohio, Dubai, and like flown off my hat like on like a dirt road. We go get it, gets run over by a truck like a shotgun to a hole through it, whatever.
Oh man.
Was in Ohio and I saw this fan. He was so nice, such a sweet kid. He goes, "Can I have your hat?" I'm like, "Fuck."
Sure, brother.
You just gave it to him.
No, I said no.
Get
Absolutely
the fuck
not.
away from me, kid. Where's your parent?
I needed him to know that if I was gonna give him this hat, it's like a piece of me.
I so thought this story was going to end on like the sweetest note
No.
ever. Be like, no, that's the first time I stiff-armed a kid. Yeah, in public. Usually I do it private behind closed doors, but this time I wanted people to see.
It just wouldn't have been the first time.
That's
That's
you know
what
what
I'm
though?
saying.
I totally respect that.
No,
'Cause-
I'm sorry. I gave him the hat.
You did?
I gave him a speech though beforehand.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off. What was the
No,
speech?
it's fine. I was like, "Hey, kid, this hat's seen everything. It's seen it all. This is a piece of me. I'm gonna give it to you because I like your energy, but I need you to know how significant this hat is to me." And then I placed it
that's
on the little
sick.
kid, and I don't have it, and I don't regret it, but like I think about it every day.
48 hours later, eBay.
No,
Straight to eBay,
No,
dude.
Bought it back from the kid.
No.
Social influencer Jake Paul's hat that I took from
Yeah.
him.
So
Turns
for
out the kid was a dwarf. Sold it for 60 grand. I bought it from him. Yeah.
Sold for $35.
35 fucking. Nah, we're kidding.
No, we're not. I bought it.
Dude, that's so
And now he's wearing it.
That's
Wait.
so funny.
Who bought it?
No,
No,
I never went
we're
on
joking.
eBay.
Complete
We're not
lie.
sorry.
You guys-
I'm sorry.
the whole
I'm sorry.
Gullible. Are you gullible too?
He's so
gullible.
good. Are you really?
Oh, dude, somebody told me maybe a month after my folks split on the playground that they got back together. He was like, I heard he was like kind of, you know, I would like go to his house a lot. Like, what a fucked up lie at like 10.
How old were you?
At about 10, yeah.
Oh no!
How about lying about like, hey, I heard like they're bringing barchetta back at the cafeteria for lunch. Did you guys have barchetta? It was like a pizza boat type thing.
Yeah.
Big time.
So, and ours was called barchetta, and you know, that's the type of shit you want to maybe throw some fibs
Sure.
at kids about. But this kid was like, yo, are your parents at recess? By the way, I'm like not even a month removed, so I was like still very raw. And I was just like, what? No way! Like just immediately on board with it because I'm probably wanted it to happen.
How would he have known that? That's like, did you do your due diligence? Like,
My mom was good friends with his, so I'm sure he heard it in conversation on a phone call or like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, fuck that guy. You know, like, and then the kid just like, what was that? Oh, you know, Adam's mom, you know, is getting a divorce, and then just comes to recess with that info locked and loaded, just shooting truth darts at me, and I was just like,
nasty divorce.
I went home and I was like, Mom, I don't know what happened, but like, fuck yeah.
This
She was
is
just,
great.
she was like, no, he's a piece of shit. Who told you that? And I was like, wait, what? All right, we still having spaghetti for dinner, you know?
Did you end up like getting the kid back? Like, did you have a moment where you
I'm
were-
sure he was definitely one of those like bully kids
Got
that
it.
like grew into like kind of the bully. Was the type of kid that you know would have emergency clothes a lot because he'd fall in the mud a lot.
Got it.
Did you ever have emergency
type of
clothes?
guy.
Got it.
Yeah, of
Where
course.
they'd have like purple sweatpants and like a weird turtleneck if
Yeah.
you like fucked up your shit at school.
Or what's
they gave
worse, what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's the oversized gym clothes that no one wore.
Oh yeah, dude.
And they're always moist.
Always
They're
moist.
always
What
moist.
is that?
I don't know.
Why isn't that getting more attention? These moist gym
Does
clothes.
that still happen? Does that still happen in schools? I'd actually like to know that.
Oh yeah, just like
if
the
Probably not after COVID.
Oh, the
you're
reused
right.
probably bring your own
clothes,
shit
yeah.
now, right?
It's probably like you're gonna stick in mud for a bit.
Bro, the worst would be like, yo, I'd feel so bad when a girl would accidentally like show her shoulder right at school because she'd wear the straps, and like in my school, you know, shoulders weren't allowed.
Oh.
and they
Like you weren't actually allowed to have.
you weren't
them
allowed
or
to have
show them?
shoulders.
Got
Wait,
it,
wait,
got
wait,
it,
wait,
got
wait,
it,
wait.
got it, got
Where
it.
did you go to school where you couldn't show a little shoulder?
No, not show them. You couldn't have shoulders.
You couldn't have
You weren't
shoulders.
if
You
you
weren't
had
allowed.
any kind of shoulder.
If you did
Barred.
this, detention.
yeah.
What?
No, you
No
could have-
fucking sitcom shrugs? No fucking. Hey, man, I guess the test is today, Mr. Larson. Yeah.
Detention.
Yeah. Oh man.
Nah,
no
bro.
shit.
These,
What did I do? Detention again. What?
You shrug. God damn it, George. Oh man.
these pretty girls would be wearing these just extremely baggy, really not so pleasant outfits.
They didn't want to highlight anything, huh?
Well, yeah, the school would be like, here, wear this trash bag instead of the shoulder. outfit.
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
100%.
Nah,
Put them in
no way.
trash bags?
It
No
wasn't
way.
I'm comparing the
it. Sorry.
oversized
Got
gym
it, got it.
outfit, which
So we
basically
are
was a trash
gullible.
bag.
I took it.
Picture the
I mean,
girl
100%
just walking
Wearing a
around.
trash bag.
Aren't you guys
yeah.
supposed to be
Trash
comedians,
bag
bro?
Tina?
This is
Yeah.
jokes,
We're
guys.
funny. We're not
So fuck-
educated.
Well, see, we're yes-anding everything that comes at us, and we're trying to like, you know,
Zip.
make something out of it. you know?
What's the most annoying like?
Dude, you're fucking triggering me right now, bro. I'm having bad flashbacks.
What's the most
almost said-
annoying heckler or person you had in the crowd where you're like, I can't believe this is a human.
Bro, I had one this past weekend. Well, the craziest one, I'll tell you. This past weekend, I'm going to be posting a clip on my Instagram next week of this. I had to kick out this guy. It was bonkers. But the worst one I had was I was playing Wolverine at Universal Studios Hollywood, right? That was my day job when I graduated. I was doing the backlot tour on the tram and then playing Wolverine because somebody had to step up. George didn't have that beard yet.
I feel like you'd be amazing at that.
Well, dude, it was you wear the suit, you wear the fake abs, the fake fangs, and then your face is showing, and it's like, you know, $23 an hour to go up to kids and be like, hey, you like Spider-Man? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, me too. He's my best friend. They're like, no shit. And I'm like, yeah, you want to take a picture? You can fucking jerk off to it later, you know? And that was the voice I
very, very Italian. Guy.
Why is Wolverine a mob boss?
Wolverine just told me about some hit he put out on, you know, yeah.
Hey, Shing.
You ever
Shing,
regret?
he says Shing when he takes him out. That's such a funny thing to do. Bozoings. You're like, all right, worst character ever. But so I was at this winery in Paso Robles. You guys ever go up there?
Never, not once.
It's like 3 hours from here. It's like Napa Light, right? It's got its own flavor. So I go up there, and I'm in the upstairs of this brewery, and my buddy lived there, so he was bringing a comedy show back. So there's about 300 people packed in this upstairs brewery, and I was doing all this material about playing Wolverine and whatnot, and I was about 3 years in. I maybe like 20 minutes max. And that I felt good about. But at that stage, I'm just like, I got an hour. And they're like, oh, cool, 20's fine. It's probably not that great. Yeah, cool. And so there's a gal to my left about 20 feet away, and she's just hammered, and she's like spitting stuff out left and right. This can't stand for your bitch. And I was like, all right, somebody get her another drink, and take her keys. And then she at one point was like, let me give you a kiss. And I was like, should I let her kiss me? So I walk over, she like licks the side of my face.
Oh, yeah.
I make some crass comment about getting like herpes, gingivitis, and like everything you could ask for in one lick. And then as I'm walking back to the middle of the stage, I'm like looking down, thinking of my next move, and I just see in the my peripheral vision, like her hand go up, and everyone's drinking wine. It's at a winery, and I just see her hand go up like this, and then just like that.
Oh,
and before I'm like looking down, but I kind of see it, and it would just happen so quick before I could even like turn or like get out of the way. So it was just like make one choice. So I just went like that. And I swear to God, the base of the wine glass, my palms were just sweaty enough that the base of the wine glass like clipped like two little parts of the webbing of my hand and stuck for about half a second. And I just was like fucking like that and wrap my hand, I swear to God, wrap my hand around it and realized that I just caught the fucking wine glass out of midair. I swear to God. Brett Riley, you can hit him up. He'll confirm this whole story. That's whose gig it was. I wrap around the wine glass and then I slowly turn my head to it. And then there's a silence in the crowd. And then I just went, ah! And everybody goes, holy shit! Everyone's going nuts. Everyone was doing that and fucking going to detention. And so it was crazy. Everyone's going nuts. And now I'm just thinking of like, how do I button this? And so I walk over and I put it on her right in front of her table, and I go, I told you I'm Wolverine, bitch. Don't fuck with me. Place goes nuts again. They end up taking her out. Like, I'm like, hey, I mean, it was like Tom Hanks walking into a Panera Bread. Everybody went fucking nuts,
That is so cool.
Smoking me out, drinking afterwards. Like, I ended up smoking in this weird couple's car in the back, like for an hour after, and they got into this huge fight, and I like, slipped out of the car while they were fighting because I thought they were going to take off. Fell asleep in the shower that night twice and like woke up falling out of the shower, and
the night didn't take the turn I expected.
Dude, I ended up
He's like 2 days later I was homeless, smoking meth with a trash bag covering my shoulders,
dressing up like George just to get into nightclubs,
eating crickets that some guy kept letting out around. Like, dude, where did this fucking story
Dude,
go,
I'm telling you, this was 3 years into comedy, getting my first taste of like, you're the man. In Paso Robles, I mean, they were throwing the kitchen sink at me, and they were
Right.
dude, that was a crazy, unscripted, never gonna happen again moment. So I was just like very gluttonous. I was like, give me all the shots, give me all the weed.
You went
I threw a
crazy.
lean cuisine at the fucking window and broke it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is the moment you were like, I'm the shit right now.
Yeah, dude, you gotta have that. You gotta like, enjoy it. I could have just gone home and been like, no, Wolverine's gotta get his beauty rest.
It is. You make a good point. Can I ask, is that one of the coolest things you've ever done?
At that point, I've done some pretty cool shit since. Yeah, thankfully, yeah.
We interrupt this program to bring you a word from our sponsors. It's Blue Chew today. Say it with us. Blue Chew. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of ED, erectile dysfunction. Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part? It's all done online. Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredients and strength for your prescription. So if you could benefit from the extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. Here's a special detail.
It says deal, and I'll say it. We got a special deal for you guys. Try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code Logan at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code Logan to receive your first month free. Thank you and Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Thank you. Thank you.
Reading is hard.
I have these moments sometimes that are like definitely not supposed to happen, but just because of like how physics are.
Of course. Yeah.
One of the coolest things I've ever done, and I will stand by this to this day. You ever go to Dave & Buster's?
Love it.
arcades in general, just
Big fan.
You'll find me there.
Barcades, big fan.
You'll find me there every time.
Love that.
So you know the bar game where that little line goes up and down on that tower, and you
Yes.
have to stop it right in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, so hard.
I'm so
Dog.
good at
hard.
that game.
I'm pretty good too when I'm paying attention. But I was on a date with a girl, right? Why else would I be at an arcade as
Yeah.
a grown man?
Great. He was, by the way, he was definitely there by himself. Continue.
I was by myself.
Yeah.
And we were
Great
playing-
date spot though, by the way.
We was
No joke. Yeah. Great date spot.
except I get too sucked up in the games, dude.
You're competitive.
Lost in the sauce.
So she's like, should I go get us some more quesadillas? You're like, let me finish the goddamn game, Christine.
here, lady.
Do you not see me playing? She's like, okay.
Try to line the lineup with the fucking line. What do you?
Just hold the fucking tokens.
Just hold the fucking tokens.
Tickets now, which by the way are gone. There's no more tickets, dude.
No way.
See, yeah, they just go right to the card. I can't
Whack.
believe it. You won't see him walking around with the big pilot. You know that kid. You know that kid's balling. Wow, he must be good at the pirate game.
Oh, that kid has his parents shell out like 15 grand so
Yep.
he can get 90,000 tickets and get a
Tickets.
bouncy ball and 6 now and later.
Yeah, but can you get like a platinum card now? So like if you have like the upgraded that card, that means I've had 150,000 tickets.
I'm
here.
strictly
Just
talking
like in
about
Vegas. Yeah,
tickets.
probably.
Yeah.
You could tell how big someone's dick is by how many tickets they were holding. And now I don't know.
That was my
anyone's-
high school
anyone's
yearbook quote,
size.
by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, I was
Okay,
like,
so
I
you're
was
at Dave and Buster's.
Yeah,
You're
and
crushing
we're
it.
playing this game, was doing well, and I turned to her and I didn't even face the machine, and I said like the corniest shit. I was like, "This one's for you," and I just went not direct eye contact with the girl. I went, boom. I turned, it had hit the jackpot right in the middle, and you know. Like, bro, I did it with the attempt to be cool, but obviously I wasn't going to do it. And so now I'm like, fuck, do I acknowledge that this was single-handedly the coolest fucking thing I've ever done in my life? Or do I like play it off like that?
You
was
have to
that was
play
my-
it off.
What do you do?
Yikes.
to.
I mean, that is this is a great story and an even better question because
What do you do?
Yeah, the move is, I mean, you hope. I mean, then you just got to ask yourself, what's the type of girl that you want to be with at that point, right? The type that like also freaks out and goes, well, I'm usually not into these games, but that was fucking incredible, and like celebrates your celebration, or you freak out and she's like, it's just a fucking game.
It's not a fucking
my
game
dad
to me."
owns a ticket company. Like, I could get you tickets if that's what you want, Logan.
What if she was just so impressed by it that she went up one more notch?
That's
Like
what
she
I'm
just
saying.
like
Holy
sets,
shit.
yeah, like
This is the hottest
like
shit
put
ever.
her arm out and they just walked into the sunset together, like just off that.
Well,
one
that's
thing.
the ideal
Looks in his
situation.
eyes, I want to Dave and bust inside of me tonight.
Yeah,
David
yeah, like,
Whoa.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Lady.
Then
that.
the owner
By the
comes
way,
over, he's
tickets
like,
behind Mike. I love how there's tickets behind Mike. Like I've never seen that shit in my life.
whoa, set up for the story.
Wow.
That's incredible.
fucking props.
Admit
man.
one,
Nah,
bitch.
no, so what I did
Okay,
was,
so yeah, so then
I looked at it and I said I turned back and I for the first 5 seconds I was like, "Phew, yeah, it's whatever." and then bro,
Natural. And
I
the-
was
yeah.
bleeding from the inside about how
Literally.
fucking cool it was, and I was like, I have to be honest with you, that was so fucking cool. Like, I admire
So he
myself.
did both. He did
I admire
both.
myself.
Dude, it was-
I go. I have to be honest with you. That was the dopest shit I've ever done. Like that's not really how cool I am.
wow.
You in the back there with the shoulder showing?
I have the most embarrassing story that's like that. Not like that. That it reminds me of that. And it happened literally last night. We were at the Laugh Factory,
Yeah.
and I invited these comedians to my house. And I did not think that there were certain comedians that were going to show up at my house. And I get a text like, I'm on my way, and I'm at the red light, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I call my mom.
It's like
and
Bill
dad.
Cosby's coming over. I can't believe it. I don't even have his number. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
R. Kelly's performing.
Yeah. Oh, dude, a must see.
All right,
That's must see TV.
I'm
right
sorry.
there.
I know some people are pissed about that.
Yeah. Pissed off, dude. Look at you.
Wow.
Was that a pun intended?
It's all getting cut. Yeah. Just keep going. Just keep your fucking story going. It's all
the cameras aren't even on, bro.
It's all getting
Keep going,
cut.
George. What's your story, man?
I'm at the red light. I'm on the phone with my mom and dad, and I'm just like, Bob. I'm like super fucking excited.
Yeah.
And I'm telling them like, I can't believe it. This is so cool. Like blah blah blah. I'm like, oh fuck, they're calling me right now. So I hang up and I go, what's up, man? Like just super like nah, I'm cool.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
goes, dude, we're at the red light next to you. And I turn around and they're like, I was like. And I got so guilty. I was like, I was telling my mom you're coming over to my house. I was just a little excited.
So adorable. Dude.
Wait, were you
Oh, my
physically
God.
like
Bro,
you
this
were-
is me in the car, right? I swear to God.
no way.
That's excitement, dude. That's raw George excitement.
I'm like, hold on. And this is the best part. They're calling me right now. I hit the button. I just go, So, dude.
Oh, so they saw the transition.
Yes. And they're like,
That's
dude,
amazing.
right next to you at the red light. And I go, oh my God. And so I just had to confess what I did. And it was
Good move.
super
It's
embarrassing.
easier to confess, man. It's everyone can. Same thing in stand-up, man. Like if something goes, not as planned and it's kind of fucked, like you comment on it, everyone enjoys that way more. So I'm sure they were, But here's, holding in your excitement. That's like the equivalent. Like I've heard from some gals that are. Or I guess even from guys, like you're holding in a fart, right? And then you finally get to let it out.
Yeah.
Like that's probably like the closest thing I can think of.
It's the best feeling ever.
The best.
Especially with a new girl, end of the date, you drop her off. I could go for 30, 40 seconds.
Who's let one out like date one and just been like, this is who I am, take it or leave it?
That's a legend.
I feel like that's a Kevin move.
legend, man.
Take it
Oh,
or-
Kevin,
Kevin,
would
yeah?
definitely do that, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you going to do about it?
Oh man, is that your voice?
You never heard it? That Scarface is
Well, I've
so,
only
man.
seen nods, but I was like, maybe that is how he sounds. Fuck, yeah. But you're sitting in that booth in a very Scarface manner, so
Yeah, also with his legs up, farting. As he's
farting.
He's letting him out
farting
right now.
You're,
That's the fart booth, yeah.
Okay, so you do that though because that's what Mike said. That's some legendary shit.
Do what?
Like you just be farting
Yeah,
on the first
toot it,
date.
toot it.
Oh
on the
no,
first night.
hell no.
That's
you gotta
insane.
Keep,
That's
no, you got to
insane.
keep the. I mean, dude, I when I have met couples like or in shows or whatever, I used to do a bit about that, and like there'd be guys that are just like, yeah, man, you gotta let her fucking fly. Like I trap her face in the pillow when she sleeps.
Dutch
That's a
oven
game
type
called
shit.
What I
Yeah,
Fucking Eat, and I'm like, dude, that is no chick is ever turned on by that. Like, and even the gals that they say are like,
obvious. No, obvious. Well,
I don't know. For me, I'm like, I don't know, man. Keep it alive. Keep the romance alive as long as you can. But like, but also, hey, man, I do know gals that like, just laugh it off from their dudes, and it's not an issue. So I guess it's just, to each his own.
definitely-
it's the equivalent of a prank. It's like you're fucking with your buddy.
Yeah,
it's,
totally.
It's just like,
Yeah.
can you handle this? Because
So-
I can't.
So
I'm
a lot
sorry.
of girls that I've farted in front of, like especially moving into a relationships phase, they'll be like, "Yo, that was a bitch fart." Like they'll actually comment on it and be
they'll
like, "Yo,
critique it.
that was a bitch." My question has never been when is it okay for me to fart. My question is when is it okay for them to fart. Now
Great
that's
question.
the big question.
I would
yeah.
love it
How
if my
far?
It
girlfriend-
depends on what it is. If
Right.
it's like the middle of the night, they're going out on the lawn and all the grass dies.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
probably do that away from the bedroom always. But if it's like a little cute, you stepped on a button, whatever that was.
What
you know?
about like the early morning? I've been laying on one side for a while, and I'm gonna just like let one rock. I think it always comes down to the smell too. Like if we're talking about
And if it
older
wakes you
lists-
up, if it's in the morning and it wakes you up, like that always is daunting. Like
That's
have
daunting.
you ever woken yourself up with a fart on a plane in the middle of the seat? Hi, I'm Adam Ray. Every year, so many people struggle from. No, dude, I've had
Flight
a couple
farts.
of flight farts, dude. Great. They're opening. They're gonna
the shirts, the shirts, man.
flight
the
farts.
shirts.
You speak in t-shirts.
Yeah, you really do, man.
You do. Flight farts. I hate it.
How has COVID been for you? Are you a fan of it? Non-fan? Do you believe the government's trying to turn us into gay frogs like Alex Jones? Like where you at with
Great
it?
question.
Yep.
Gay frogs?
Yep.
Is that what his take?
It is his take.
Not a bad take.
Yeah.
Not a great take. You know what I'm saying? As long as both sides are,
I can see both sides.
Yeah, I can see both sides. Yeah. One a little clearer than the other, but I see them both. I don't know, man. I think most comics and most people thought, a month maybe. So that's a nice, a break, a shutdown, just where you truly have you can't go anywhere, can't do anything. So like
This is
enjoy.
fun.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just fun almost.
You're East Coast guy?
Seattle. Is where I'm born and raised,
exact
yeah.
opposite. Okay, so for me, it was like, yo, there's a big snowstorm coming. Oh, this is fun, dude. We can hunker down, play
Totally.
some board games for a while.
Hot
Guess
Cocoa,
what?
Two Girls, One Cup videos.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just fucking watch everything. All the Christmas classics is what I'm trying to say.
When I found out the snowstorm wasn't going to stop in June or August,
Yeah.
and the snowstorm was just going to keep coming.
Yeah, Mountain Dew Code Red Panic Attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, it sucked. And then it was like, oh, it really sucks. And then look, I think, you think in terms of like your own career and shit as far as like, oh, is stand-up never coming back? And then, you quickly push that to the side with, oh, people, are my folks going to die? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you just try to balance like what's prioritizing even at that point, which I think was a healthy thing to do. And hopefully you did it. It's like I tried to even strengthen some relationships with some family members. Dirte, for example, my rapper brother-in-law, being like, I should fuck now. I have no reason to not get back to him, or you know what I'm saying? Like, just take advantage of the downtime.
Exact opposite here
yeah.
with my family.
Yeah.
It got a little
Heated.
oh Jesus.
Yeah, they're doing all kinds of shit back there. Hey guys, deal or no deal at this point?
So what do you hear? What do you hear?
Done, Mike.
Can you hit me with the applause, please?
Oh, so the mics are still rocking and rolling.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
we're crushing it.
Dude, my I'm gonna out him, but fuck it, whatever.
Who's this?
I have an uncle.
What's his name? Don't do it.
Yeah.
Just call him Uncle Jimmy for
We'll
now.
do it. We'll
It's
bleep it
I
out.
do have an Uncle Jim. It's Jim's brother.
What is?
Uncle Jim's brother.
It's Uncle Jeff. Jeff, I love you. You're my uncle. I always love you. You're my family.
Yeah.
But I'm about to check you, bro. This is what we do.
This is what family
I
should
met.
do, man.
I don't know if you met him.
Was he the crocodile guy?
Nice. I don't know if anyone wants to be labeled that, by the way.
The guy who looks like he was in the jungle and he had the glasses. He was funny as fuck.
Okay, that's cool.
The restaurant.
The one that watched your aunt ride my cock.
Yes. The one who was outside.
No. Oh no. That's my mom's side. I'm talking
Okay,
about
okay.
I'm talking about Greg's brother.
Big family. First of all, you.
No, not massive.
Yeah.
But you know.
And is everybody though? Sorry, real quick question.
Sure.
How much of your success pulled the family more together?
Zero.
Or, okay.
Absolutely. Zero.
Everyone was already where they were.
They don't. No one gives a fuck.
Gotcha.
Except my one Uncle Jeff.
Cool, right?
Who and I've heard.
Is that how you want it?
No, because I've heard these stories. I've heard these stories about like, you know, your family members and old friends coming out of the woodwork
Yeah.
to try to get right. They feel like they're maybe entitled because they're your family, right?
Yes.
You owe them something, and you know it's A, simply not the case, and B, especially because you know the role he played in our life was nothing of significance. Like
Gotcha.
just truly, you know, uncle, family gathering, sure, whatever, but. I definitely don't think it entitles you to anything. And for the first time in my life, bro, he crossed the line and he asked Jake to buy him a truck, like in full sincerity. He's like, hey, like, and he's always like asking for stuff. And I had to check him. I'm like, you know, maybe calm down a little bit. But it was the first time a family member was like, hey, man, like, you're super rich and famous. I'm your uncle. How about you get me a truck?
Oof. Just.
That's such a straightforward question.
It
bro.
is.
You ask it like that.
That's such a dope.
Can you buy me a truck? Yeah.
I actually respect his.
Kinda.
That's dope, bro.
At least you're going for it, because beating around the bush is almost
Whack.
more passive and whack, and for sure, like, creates more, you know, awkward moments.
It's the,
like,
it's the juxtaposition of those two things. Like, I know you, buy me a truck. Like, though, that's dope to me.
yeah, there's a power move in that.
Bro, in real life, dude, that's pathetic.
Yeah.
It's pathetic, and it's sad.
Can he afford a truck, or did he just want a
He can-
better
bro,
truck?
He can afford a truck, dude.
He's got like
He-
6.
he-
He owns a truck lot.
Was he just
He owns a truck. He owns the Chevy
yeah.
dealership.
Look,
on
I'll
Route
read it.
46.
He runs
Gang.
Jeff's
Okay,
Chevy.
I'll read
Yeah.
it to you. Congrats on your new Ferraris. This was to Jake. He bought 2. I told him I was fucking stupid.
Was there a deal, or did you just bought
No
2?
deal. He bought 2. Awesome. May I ask one thing from you, but only because I'm not rich and you make more money while shitting than I do all year? Will you buy me a newer model used truck? Mine died. Thanks, Jake. Wishing you the best, and I want you to thank you again for the tickets to your fight. That was so much fun.
I mean, hey, man.
Should we just get him a truck then?
Shoot your shot.
Shoot your
No,
shot.
that
shot.
wasn't that bad. I thought it was kind of like worse. And
But
he
how
asked
about-
for
so-
a used
so-
car,
but
so that
that-
was kind of
But he asked through text, man. If you're going to ask for a big favor, it's got to be over the phone. I'm old school.
Ooh, see, that's
me
where
hear
I
it in
think
your voice, man.
I think he lost us with the insincerity of,
Yes.
of what he wants. It's not even like a, hey man, how are you? Like let's talk, let's sit down, let's
Yeah.
go grab dinner. I'm your uncle, you're my nephew. Like it was just like a, hey man, you're rich. Can you give me a truck because I'm related to you?
You just turned him into a
How
wavy arm
close were you?
inflatable
Like,
arm.
hey, man,
guy.
you seem rich.
Hey, man, I'm rich. Give me a truck.
Can you give me a truck?
If that guy did, in all fairness, go into a person, it sounds like it would be your uncle. Yeah.
100%.
But you have to read the room, man. And those types of conversations got to be in person. And even if you're trying to get a dinner going first, and then you're like, oh, I'll bring it up at the dinner, then fucking don't do that. Because then you're going to think, oh, he just asked us to go to dinner so he could ask for something. It's like, it's got to be at a fucking fun, you know, maybe you're at Dave & Buster's, you're about to fucking, you know, you went back to the same machine, you know, big style, just for nostalgia purposes. And he's like, dude,
Yeah.
this is crazy, man. Remember that girl that fucking, what was her name again?
Yeah.
Man, she used to drive a truck, didn't she?
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
I would love a
that's
truck.
nice.
And you're like, you know what I'm saying?
That's nice,
Find
yeah.
a way to organically
Yeah,
bring it
yeah.
up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not like he don't
Or
care.
gamify it even. Like, yo, if you hit this next shot, Uncle Jim, like, I'll buy you a truck. You know, like,
that would have
gamify
got.
it.
I'll do that all the time.
Gamify
I do that
it.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Really?
Like, challenge you to a
I
grappling
was getting, I was
contest?
getting drunk with some strangers at the airport, and I was like, "Hey, $1,000 each of you if you can guess why I'm going to Oregon." You get one guess. They didn't get it right.
Guess where in Oregon?
Guess why I'm going to Oregon. They didn't get it right. But I play these games all the time. I
also,
gamify
dude,
everything.
Have you
very-
videotaped that? That's a great fucking, like,
a good bit.
Nah, I do shit for fun. I just do shit for fun.
all
I know you do, but that is a great, like,
Me and my friends,
game
bro,
show prank thing. And airport bars, by the way, is an untapped, like, I'm also an airport bar drinker.
Dude.
Not, you know, within reason, but like, dude, if like, Again, it's got to be. I'm sure those people you were drinking with turned it up a notch because you sat down with them, right?
They were not drinking, and then afterwards they were drinking.
Probably
You
just
know what
to
it is?
forget about the experience of having to deal with your bullshit.
Of losing $1,000 they didn't have. Like,
it wasn't
fuck
a- it
this
wasn't a
guy.
bet,
His
sorry.
plane's going down. Our luck sucks. You know what it is? Did you ever watch Insomniac with David Tell? That was a show where David Tell would go around. It was on Comedy Central when Comedy Central was truly just doing, comedy shows. And he would go around late night all around the country to bars and do man on the street shit, but be funny and just kick it in all these dive bars, bigger bars around the country and fuck around with fucked up people and drink with them and make jokes and roast them. There's a version of that. in
That's
there
awesome. No,
with
I think
what you're doing, yeah.
I think
but
you're
also,
right. I just do
not
it-
everything
I
has
just
to be
do it for
taped,
fun.
so fuck me.
I'm on that now, bro. Dude, today I discovered Mike is I knew he was
creeper.
old, and now I know he's creepy, dude. We had
Is Mike?
Yeah, he's a
How old are
fucking
you, Mike?
pervert,
36.
That's old.
bro. He walked.
Yo.
Well,
it?
compared to me?
Yeah, I
I'm
guess so.
39,
We're
baby.
prehistoric,
That's old.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are we?
yeah.
All, yeah, we're.
You're fossils.
We're
boys.
the same gen, I think.
Yeah.
Though, what are we all millennials?
We
I
are.
think just on the cusp. It is weird. My 7-year-old nephew, I told him I was turning 39. He was like, "You're gonna die soon." I was like,
Oh, Jesus.
You're talking yourself out of a birthday present real quick, you little fucker."
You ain't getting a fucking truck
you
from
ain't,
me.
You ain't getting a birthday, kid. I'm gonna murder you.
Oh, dude,
my
he's a little
God.
goof, man. He'll like dry hump the couch, which is hilarious.
That's
'cause
I
he
don't
kn-
know. That's again pervert, not a goof.
Totally, but he'll look at me dead in the eyes with a big goofy smile
Back to
while he
what I
does
said.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, like 2 more seconds and I'm gonna have to sign something. I feel like, but he.
I'm sorry. Just reiterating. Your
Yeah,
nephew
yeah.
will dry hump a couch while making direct eye contact.
Yeah,
with
because he
Got it.
thinks it's funny because he sees how uncomfortable I get and it makes him laugh.
Well, dogs do it.
Does he want to be a comic like you?
I think so. He takes the piss out of himself real hard. Yeah, dogs do
does
it.
he-
That's
does
a
he
great
ever
point.
Does he
Pissed
do
on
that in
himself?
school?
What's that?
Does he do that in school?
No, he's clean school. He's he'll hopefully be an athlete. I now get why parents put all those eggs in that basket because he'll also headbutt the fridge. So you're like, all right, this kid is probably not gonna, go to Harvard for,
Anything.
Yeah. So hopefully it's the professional athlete, but he's a freak of nature on the, when
Headbutting.
it comes to
That's
sports.
that's the prereqs these days for the football team at high school. Yeah, it says here he humps the pillow in front of others while making direct eye contact, smashes his fucking dome into the refrigerator.
He runs a
he'll be
4.2
fucking
40.
lineman.
He can come on a futon in under 8 seconds. You're like, all right, I don't know if that's a
While
stat.
looking at his uncle, while using solely his uncle as the inspiration behind
Doesn't
his
blink.
splooge.
Weird criteria.
I
Boy, the NFL's changed. Somebody get Goodell on the phone, man. What's happening over there?
Used to not even be able to smoke weed in the NFL. Now they want you to hump a pillow and look at your uncle, who you won't buy a truck for.
Fuck your 40 dash. How long does it take you to nut on a futon?
Oh man, that's
I think this nephew of yours. It sounds like he'd get along well with Mike. I was in my shower today. This is
Please.
why I called him a pervert. Minding my own business. The last thing I expect is to be put on YouTube while I'm in, my shower. And
What'd you put on?
nothing. I'm in my shower.
Gotcha.
And Mike comes in. He goes, knock, knock. At first, I'm like, who the fuck is here? No one lives in this house anymore. Literally, there's no one here. And I couldn't tell it was Mike. And so I hid behind the wall, covered me junk. And it was Mike. And he just got this weird grin on his face. Almost like, I'm like,
There it
what's
is.
going on? And something's going. Sure enough, David, the German videographer with a rig, comes out. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm showering. And they're pointing at my penis, zooming in and stuff.
Dear God.
Weird.
We had to use
Like
a
it got inside
pretty
my
big
ass.
zoom, dude.
Now, what are you going to use this for? Is the
What?
question.
That's
No,
my
we
question.
don't-
Why?
No, we've done we exploit each other's privacy
Gotcha,
as a
gotcha.
game. The amount of time,
But
I've
never
been,
in my house
No, well,
while I'm
hold on
not
a
doing
second.
YouTube.
The amount of times I've been
In
naked
the shower.
in the shower for your content is
Bro, when we
endless.
lived together, we were roommates, bro. Dude,
Well, no one lives at that house now. I can't be a roommate with someone you don't live there.
I'm gonna
I'd love
be
to
the
be your
middle
roommate.
friend here, and I think what Mike did is totally fine.
Thank you.
I guess when you're.
I'm not even gonna use it. Well, yeah, he told me to replace his body with a.
I want to
Oh,
be
that's funny. With like a centaur?
No, I want to be a censored block man. Like my whole body
Funny.
is like a
Yeah.
block censored.
Why
person.
not? Yeah, you got the means to do it. There is probably, it goes out the window, privacy, right? With what you guys are doing.
No, that's what
Nah,
I'm here
nah.
to tell you. No, because bro, come on.
Well, we've gotten into some
I didn't expect
huge
this.
battles about the privacy thing.
Bro, he's-
we've gotten into some huge battles about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because people you've given them an access, right? Into like what you're doing, your life and all that. And now it's like, as a fans, they're probably like, well, you don't get to decide now what's too much.
My only rebuttal would be is, Adam, I'm not doing that anymore. I haven't made a YouTube video in fucking months, and I think I put out like 3 this year. Like I don't do. I am not doing YouTube besides this.
Well, you're not, but I am.
Yeah, but
and
leave me out of it.
I need my content.
Fucking pervert shit out of it, bro.
Hey
Let me
man,
shower
if
with
you
you.
don't want your dick to be videotaped, don't have a dick.
Yeah, that's
Mike.
where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
That's where I fucked
I
up.
said Mike.
Yeah.
That's
Gotta put
where
it in
I'm
quotes,
at with it. If you don't take showers.
By the way,
Hilarious.
Like, I'm good
I'm
at
sorry.
it.
Shake my
He
hand.
means that, by the way. It's so hard.
I didn't consider that.
I didn't consider. You make a good argument, man.
Listen, he gets final review on all my. I'm
Well, that's good.
As long as
you're
I'm
giving
a
that,
block censored man,
That's what
I'll
he told me.
And by the way, don't fuck it up, dude. Because
really funny.
I'm either gonna say that's it or it's not, and you will. You
Abide by
will
my
abide by what
decision
block man I want to
My
be.
dick, my decisions.
That's right.
My dick. No, but honestly,
That's a T-shirt too. Huh?
my dick, my decisions.
You know what?
Oh my god, that T-shirt would not work.
Yeah, I wouldn't probably. Spencer's gifts would probably.
Oh yeah, they
pick it
might
up.
go.
Oh,
They
man.
still-
Oh shit! I didn't even think about it in the bad way. Okay,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, that's terrible.
No, but I mean, someone would wear it.
Oh,
I'm
I
sure.
see. So when you think about it in real life, it actually is not good.
Yeah.
That's I. Ooh,
We
my
have
bad.
the rule of thumb. It's kind of like it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
1000%.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Once again, that one's applicable to only
Yeah,
certain situations.
context, yeah.
It's just,
So great example of that. My buddy Brad Williams, who's a little person, we got to play in the NBA Celebrity All-Star Game 2019, right, in Charlotte. And so Brad being a dwarf, we were like, all right, we got to do some sort of, we're doing a podcast. He's has since left. I'm still doing it about last night. Check it out. And so he's like, we should do some sort of stunt with me, obviously, take advantage of fucking having a dwarf in the game. There's never been one. And so I buy online this thing called like a piggyback, and it's basically for dads that are going camping, and there's like a bar in the back. It's like a backpack. And
I know what
there's
it
a
is.
bar.
I bought one for my roommate as well.
1000%. Kids can stand on the bar and then they put their hands on their dad or mom's shoulders and get a nice little stroll through the woods. And so I take a video of us doing it. I hit up Sue Bird, who was our coach, and I was like, hey, I got this thing. What do you think about us wearing it? Like calling a timeout, me walking out with Brad on my shoulders for a defensive stance. She's like, hilarious. And then I was like, I should probably run it by the NBA, which was my first mistake. So I sent them this video. They're like, absolutely not. Hard pass. I'm like, why not? They're like, what if you drop them? I go, it'll be hilarious. And they're like, we don't have dwarf insurance. I'm like, I don't know that was a
I'm
real
sorry,
thing. You
what's
should
that
for
now?
sure get that. Yeah. They didn't say that. But
Why
we,
did you just cough in my face?
what's that?
You just,
well, it's because he wanted to
Did I
avoid the
just cough
mic.
on you?
It's a
I
pot.
just
It's
got
a
my
pod,
fourth
yeah.
shot. But they, yeah, they definitely were like, you can't do that. And everybody after was like, you should have just done it and then been like, sorry.
Well, that's I mean,
indeed,
yeah.
indeed. By the way,
Because what would they have done? Stop the whole game? I walk out with them like,
in the context of pushing,
cut.
in the context of pushing the boundary a little bit for content, I will most times ask for forgiveness unless there's some sort of ongoing circumstance that needs to not fall apart.
right.
I want to ask something because comedians in general, I believe, have a platform to be a little bit more risque than the average artist. Because you can always fall back into the guise that it's a joke. But
Also, you should know, I think innately, any comedian is saying something for the laugh, right? Not like even people at Chappelle and Burr's level, who to me are the goats, like, they're trying to be funny. They're going, what sounds the funny? Like, what is the funniest to them and sounds funny? It's like
they have mastered doing it in a way where you're gonna get the laugh.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of comedians, especially, and I go to George's set sometimes, and there'll be comedians who are still practicing, amateurs, if you will, who come before him, and they'll try the dark comedy, and the joke's not funny because your delivery is wrong, and now you just said some real fucked up shit.
Right.
Have you said something where you're like, ooh, I botched that, and now I went too far? Because even you're risque, dude, and and especially when you're performing in LA, I imagine the reactions to some risque jokes aren't the same as when you're in Wisconsin.
Totally. I think your intentions got to be there. I think things can get taken out of context. People are, I think, listening for like trigger words in certain instances more than like the actual content. So that can get you in trouble. But like, as long as shit's not getting like really videotaped, I also just know what I'm saying. Usually I feel like I got a pretty good grasp of like what's coming into my head. I guess doing crowd work is where it's up to, there might be more opportunity for something to go off the rails because I'm truly just trying to be in the moment and listen and respond. But like even in Fort Lauderdale this last weekend, there was this really sweet, sassy black woman, and she she was making some comments, and then I was firing back about how what she was saying about like what I was wearing was way cooler than the white guy version of me describing it, and how I wanted the sassy black woman to be like narrating my day. And then we like had this whole back and forth that was really great. And there was a time I remember where I'd be on stage, and if I had that thought, I'd be like, oh, you can't say sassy black woman. You know what I'm saying? Just because of feeling not comfortable enough in knowing my intention or that I was going to make it funny. So I don't really feel that now, but I'm not up there trying to divide the audience actively.
Yeah, I feel you.
Comedy comes from dark places. So
yeah,
it's called a joke for a reason. When you go to open mics, bro, you hear jokes that are like, whoa, bro. Like, I can't believe this dude said that. And then it just comes back to the day and age. Like, bro, when all these comedians have gone through some shit to be this type of way.
And funny trumps everything. It's like, just like you were saying, some people do just get off on the shock value stuff. And there's even professional comics that are crushing it that have a piece of that to what they're doing, where they're just like, oh, this is going to elicit a response, you know?
I just think, like, to his point, it comes back to how funny was the joke, right? So like, because we've I feel like we've talked about this with a comedian on the show before, but what happens is you get a lot of these like amateurs, and then all the way down to like TikTok comments nowadays, where somebody's, you know, make a video about their mom dying, and somebody inevitably in the comments will be like, have something to say that they think is funny.
Right.
Until what they say is just not funny at all. And they go back to the old adage, it was just a joke, man. Like, I did it for comedy, but it wasn't funny. Yeah. So my advice to people has always been, yo, if you're gonna make a dark joke that is shock valued like crazy, that motherfucker better hit. And better hit hard, and every single person that hears that joke better be laughing. Like, it seems like shock comedy is not the place to be testing on the main stage.
Right.
Like, nail that fucking joke.
Yeah.
Make sure that every single person is gonna double over.
Yeah.
Because if you, I mean, especially very timely shit that just happened that people are still coming to terms with and processing, and it has to do with like all that kind of very dark matter. Not dark matter, of course, because we don't know much about that, but
Spin-off podcast.
but yo, if you're in the TikTok comments making unfunny jokes,
Talk about
Dark matter. Does it matter?
Is it real?
Is it real?
Are they trying to make the frogs gay?
Yeah, the frog's gay. Well, that ribbit sounded real effeminate. Ribbit's code for cock. Yeah. So I do think it's also interesting when you have people that aren't comics throwing Hail Marys on first down in the comment section. It's like, why no one's coming to you? Like, I was at a wedding, like, I don't know, pre-COVID, a few months before COVID went down, and one of my buddies, a mutual friend of the guy getting married, and I've known this guy for a hot minute, was the best man, and he's like, can I run some jokes by you for my best man speech? And I already was just like, I can already tell Lee that these are going to be horrendous and offensive, and I'm here for it, dude. What do you got? And he had this joke about our buddy, like his mom, like blowing one of them at a party. And there was just no joke. It was a weird, fucked up story being like, and that's when she sucked our cocks. And everyone was like, and I was like, dude, don't tell this joke. He goes, it's funny, right? He goes, you're a comedian though. Come on, you got to help me out. I go, no. I'm telling you, as a comic, first of all, yes, do I want to see you go up there and just fucking bomb and, you know, arguably ruin a chunk of the wedding?
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
dude. As a fan of just great live moments in life, 1000% I'm here for this. Yeah. But, you know, I love Mike. I think you're, you know, just definitely calling audible on this. And he did some version of it, and he just was like, nah, I think it's funny. And I'm like, Lee, no one's going to you for the fucking, no one's going to be like, dude, Lee's speech wasn't that funny. And he's like, why not? I go, because you're not funny. And he was like, fuck, dude. I was like, you're not funny. You're just, in this moment, no one's going to be expecting you to be going hard in the paint with the jokes. Be sincere, you know? Open with a joke. You know, and again, it's a reading the room situation, but he went for it, and dude, it was like weird. Oh yeah, a version of it. And I remember sitting there just being like, and it was one of those great, like, he did it, crickets, and then I just go, ha! And he looked at me and he was like, I was like, no, dude. I wasn't laughing because it went great. I was laughing because you fucking rolled the dice.
I have to be honest.
Big time.
He's like this, fuck.
It was red or black, and you put 40 on magenta. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Who's the story intrigues me. So Mike's mom sucked one of your friend's dicks?
I mean, this was a made-up story that he
Thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was something about her being like the cool mom. which she definitely is, you know. But I didn't grow up with him. I went to college with my buddy Mike. So, but Lee's story was like in high school, she was the, you know, so it was already just like.
Where was this that
Agora Hills.
and the cool moms out there just suck the kids' dicks?
That's what he. No, she didn't at all.
That sounds cool though.
But it does sound cool. By the way, we all wish we knew that mom, right? Did you have a mom growing up?
Stacey's mom. Because like what
George, if you can get out of here, that'd be awesome.
I've been to Agora Hills. They have a chili festival out there, and I thought it was like the people that made the chili were cool, but evidently like they got moms just fucking blowing.
They are. Do not skip over that. People who make chili for a living are very cool.
You like chili?
It's okay.
Yeah.
You eat cereal?
Love cereal.
What kind? Top three.
Man, I'd say go-to when I was truly roughing it. Frosted Flakes. I used to sing in my head instead of "They're great, I'm sad" as I would take a spoonful.
Just
Tony the Tiger was a fucking hero to me, man.
leaning into the depression.
I'd like to know what your second favorite cereal is.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah,
Mike,
way to go.
I think for sure. Yeah. I think more often than not, historically, gals have cut my hair.
Really?
Currently, I got a buddy of mine. It's become a good bud that cuts the hair appropriately.
Yeah.
I went to Floyd's once, I'd say 2 years after I graduated.
Yeah.
And this gal was not in a good mood. And I even said, like, she yanked my head at one point because I, like, kind of let my head dip a little. And she, like, yanked it. And she goes, "Don't fucking move." Whoa. And I was like,
my God.
"Oh, yeah." And I when I got it, I go, "Whoop." I go, "Yeah, maybe this is not the day to hold scissors at people's heads, huh?" Said that as like a joke. And she goes, "I'm fine." And I was like, "Yeah, you're not. So let's maybe let's reconvene and schedule." So but I felt so awkward and vulnerable to being like, I'd never been in a position where I was like, should I Irish could buy a haircut?
You
So
have
I'm just
to.
like, she'll probably calm down, right? Like, she seems cool. She's got tattoos. We're in Floyd's. They got, you know, they're playing fucking, you know, Mumford and Sons. And so it's always a sign of a good time. And then she just got real aggressive, and she did like a couple aggressive, like, zzz on the side of my head. I walk over. She's like, "All right, we're done." She goes, "Get up." And I was like, I got to be honest. I go, I don't know yet what my hair fully looks like because I'm facing back from the mirror. I go, but this is one of, and I'll say this is the most polite way I can, worst experiences I've had as an adult, not even in a barbershop, just as being alive. Like, I'm going back to like my bar mitzvah when I fucked up a little Hebrew, but like this is at the top right now. So congrats, I guess.
Wow.
And then I go to the front and I tell the lady, I was like, I was like, look, I don't even know. I was like, I probably shouldn't pay for this, but I'm going to, and I'm actually even going to tip her more because I feel like she's having a bad day. Yeah. But maybe you and I benefit of the doubt, I feel like, is always a home run way to go in most instances, you know, so that you can kind of like, you know, manage your own heat that's bubbling. And so she's like, she looks at me, but I put my hat on at that point, and I was like, but I'm going to give her a little bit more, but I feel like you should maybe talk to her because she probably shouldn't be holding scissors.
Yeah.
And she just goes, I bet it's fine. And I take my hat off and I go, is it? And her face, I will never unsee it. Seeing the woman who's like the cashier to like close everyone out, she looks at me and just goes, whoop. She said, oh, just made a noise looking at my head. And so I went home that night. This is when MySpace was still clicking. This is probably 2006, a year after I graduated. And I went online and made some stupid video just ranting and riffing about my my poor cut. And it circulated enough to where like the head of Floyd's hit me up on MySpace, got that message, that little red notification, and he was like, "Hey man, saw your video, so fucked up. Let me know who that was and where it was, and we will take care of that. Also would like to offer you like 3 months free haircuts." And I was like, "Bro, appreciate the sentiment, but you're offering what was the problem in the first place." It's like, you go to a strip club, you know what I'm saying, and you know, you end up getting fucking pink eye, and she calls you out. She's like, "I'd love to give you cancer too." You're like, "That's not how this works, Bambi." But so I was like, I respectfully gonna say no thanks to the haircuts. And he was like, he kept hounding me. He's like, "You gotta let me know who it was. I gotta like get to the bottom of this." I was like, again, I think she just maybe bad cut. I don't want to get her fired, but anyway, who you guys voting for?
Now I don't feel so weird about my question, by the way.
You ever just go with the story way too long? What was your question, Mike?
Now I don't feel so weird about my question that I asked you
Yeah.
originally.
Did you expect that answer?
Yes.
Yeah, great. No. Great. Logan, I got a question for you, man.
right.
You told me last night that you had a story behind the cast.
Oh,
He won't
Have
tell
you?
it.
Oh, you won't tell it. You told me you'd save it for the pod, but dude, I guess.
Oh, you're a liar. You did say
No,
that.
I guess
oh,
I
but
gotta-
he was fucked up because he's all. That's all he does now. He gets fucked
Could
up.
you tell, by the way?
No,
You couldn't
You're
tell?
keeping it clean. Yeah.
All right.
What's your drink of choice?
Vodka.
Good for you.
Always.
Keep that weight down, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that's
Vodka's fun.
It's good. It's clean. It's clean. It gives me the
Like
like.
tequila, or is that just a little bit too much of an upper?
No, I do not like the taste of tequila, and it gets me hungover. You know, you 0 for 2. You know.
I was about to see if you wanted to go halvesies on a tequila company I was going to start tonight.
Sure.
Yeah,
Fine.
called Jeff's Truck. I don't know, dude. Improv stuff.
Jeff's truck.
Yeah,
Uncle-
fucking
Uncle
Uncle
Jeff's
Jeff's Truck.
I
Yeah.
actually would buy that.
Me too, man.
I actually would buy that.
Wait, I do want to ask you because I hadn't seen you. I saw you before the fight, and now, last night I think was the, and I'm sure you guys have talked about it in grave detail. But how much? Just straight up, simple answer. How fun was it? Because when you were fucking going at it, dude, it was like It was almost like I felt like I was a little kid watching, somebody get. Like Ken Griffey Jr., for being from Seattle, getting called up to the majors, right? And just being fucking big smile the whole time. And then that ends up being his thing through his whole career. And you're like, whoa, I feel like I don't see this from guys like this who are truly like, I'm pumped to be here. I'm soaking it up. I'm all business, but I'm like not letting the moment be lost on me.
Yeah.
I caught quite a few waves of that. And I thought that was really cool. And I don't know if that was, I feel like that's a part of just who you are. But also, how tough is that? There's a lot of questions coming here. How tough is it? How tough is it to maintain that level of like? I guess this is why I'm here is to have fun and to do something special and to know, as you said in your post game, like inspire some people.
Sure.
How much of that can you actually apply mid fight, or is it once you see Floyd, are you just like, I gotta kill?
So no, full breakdown. I appreciate you observing that. Your intuition is spot on.
So I gotta take this. Mom, I'm so sorry.
Why would
I'm
anyone
so
do
sorry,
that?
dude. I'm so sorry,
I'm
dude.
just
I'm
kidding.
so sorry for the joke, man. I'm so sorry.
I
Please
appreciate
keep
it
going.
very much.
Sorry, dude. I'm
like-
sorry, man. I'm a dick. Keep going. I really want to hear the
no,
full
it's
answer.
good. It's
No,
I'll keep it short.
please, no.
It was the best experience of my life.
Yeah.
It was the most fun I've ever had in my life, and I learned a lot about myself that night. And the most important thing that I learned is that when I lead with fun, I do well. I'm not a I'm gonna fucking like murder you type of fighter or like just person. My brother is silent, right, bro? When you're fighting me, when you're sparring me, I'm fucking roasting you.
Yeah, I
I'm
saw you were
fucking with
like chirping, like
yeah,
mid-fight.
the whole fight. It's how I spar too, and it fucks people up, dude. Like I'm an asshole in the ring with like I'm bullying you physically and verbally.
Yeah,
and
it's a head game too, man. Why not
It's all a head
access
game.
that
It
part of
fucks
it?
everyone up, and it fucked Floyd up, bro. Because I'm talking it to him.
Dude, at one point, were you doing like fucking? Were you waving to the crowd, or were you like
was-
almost
I was-
doing like a cartoony
I was
like?
pointing.
Like it seemed
I
like
did that for one part too. I did
Seemed like
that.
he was
I did the
winding up.
wind up, bro.
That's what that
I
was,
did
right?
for one part, yeah.
Oh man, that was very funny.
Yeah, just fun, bro.
Yeah,
It's just
dude.
it was a good ass time, and got the I can't believe that I fought Floyd Mayweather. That's insane.
You
That's
can
insane.
tell that you, that was very genuine afterwards about the.
It was good, bro. It was I'm dangerous when I'm just having fun, because I don't care. I'm not tied to winning or losing. I just want to have fun, and when I have fun, I do well.
What would you have done if you guys? Has there ever been this moment in boxing where like both guys hit each other at the same time, almost like they're just 69ing and they just fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like fist to fist. There's probably a better term for it, but it's like just fist. Like you both just and you go down at the same time.
There have been those moments.
Oh wow.
If I ever fight Jake, I want that to happen.
That'd be so cool.
I want to knock.
you
I want
imagine?
Jake and I to knock each other out at the exact same time.
The shit talking's probably extra special if you fight your bro, right?
Which is probably why I actually won't do it.
Yeah.
It's all fun and games, but
you just start laughing midway through. No, it'd be.
you
could dial it up.
It'd be violent, and we've never sparred, dude. That's the thing. And like he thinks I can beat him, and I think, or he thinks that he can beat me, and I think I can beat him.
Of course.
And
Dude, this is how it gets going, man.
Nah, it's
Pay-per-view,
too
are
much.
You watching?
It's too much.
Lifetime. Get in the game, man. Shell out some cash for this fight.
Nah, it's too.
Yeah,
I think
it's too much.
I mean, but maybe it's not. I don't fucking know, bro.
Great way to be with it. That's the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like time will tell. Also, yeah, who knows, man? You just might be in a spot where I feel like it's got to, like anything in life, right? Like the moment's got to show up.
It's got to manifest itself the correct way. Like I don't know. Do you have a girlfriend?
Fiance. Got engaged.
Oh.
Congratulations. Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah.
Recently you
We've been dating for
proposed?
about I don't know, 4 or 5 maybe.
Did you lose hope as a younger person? You know, late 20s, early 30s, even. Were you like, dude, how am I gonna find the one? And did you compromise in a way that?
I actually was very set on.
Did you
being,
just ask him if he compromised?
Yeah, I did. I want to know.
Yeah, he's gonna say that.
Well,
yeah, you know what? I just decided to.
I want to know. I want to, like,
the
bro.
fuck?
When I'm 38, if I'm like, well, I'm lonely, I guess I could maybe not look for things that I normally would in a person because
For sure. Yeah. Is that your sad, lonely voice?
I'm lonely.
Dude, I feel like, yeah. What is it? Do you cry at movies?
Pixar animated films.
Thank you. Up destroys you, doesn't
Dude,
it?
come on.
I have a great story
Come
about
on.
that.
How
by
did
the
I know
way.
that, dude?
Dude.
Wow.
The guy who
Do your fans
drew
know that?
I think so. I've said before, Pixar films
Great.
fuck me up. But I want to know.
What if you fought the grandpa in Up?
Oh,
Like a guy dressed as the grandpa in Up.
seems like abuse.
I feel like an easy fight.
Seems
How
like
much
abuse.
is the payday?
But hey, I want to know. I'm a young lover myself. Single, hopeless.
You know, I did the long distance thing a few times post college, and then that sucked. And then dated around LA for a bit, and really just enjoyed that. I guess that single life of the road, and then being back in LA. But it was always just, you know, and it's still been that way. Like career just taking up so much that I just didn't put a lot of stake in like trying to. I got very comfortable with being like, you know what, I'm just gonna be single. And I see my buddies get married and have kids, and I was just like, awesome for you, but I'm so, you know, have tunnel vision for what I want to do, and I don't want to have anything. Not that, you know, a relationship holds you back. You know, I think it you know, should add to it, but like I just was never in a space where I wanted to. And because I had been in relationships where I'd worked to a point to where I, you know, could close out a show at the Improv, right? And where I'd be on that list where they'd hit me up and be like, "Yo, we had a fallout. Come close this, you know, packed show out." And you know, I was with a girl that it was at like her friend's birthday party, and she was like, "You're gonna fucking leave?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is a huge fucking like I gotta go." And I've also been here for 2 hours. Like, what's another?
Yeah.
Like I've done my commitment to this.
Yep.
And so having to pick and choose and wanting to just be full in all the time has been like a real challenge for me to find someone that I don't mind taking nights off with. And so now I have.
So
but
you're
still, you know, full on.
And is she understanding of that?
Totally. And loved it. I mean, we met at a comedy club. Her best friend was dating a friend of mine at the time and brought her. And we just very 8th grade kept in touch for a while before she
sick.
moved here. But she loves it. I mean, she came to the show last night and was geeking out that you were there. Actually, she was geeking out when because she's 26, I'm 39, and she you know, she saw you at the club and was like, "Fucking Logan Paul's here," and I was like, "You trying to make me fucking nervous, bitch?"
Oh shit!
Trying to make me nervous.
Oh shit!
But yeah, she's all about it. Love come to every show, laughs.
Cool.
Is always. She doesn't like give me tags and stuff, but she definitely also isn't like a yes man. She's not like, you know, well, you're a mate. You know what I'm saying?
Like your jokes. This joke sucks.
Yeah, or like it's funny, or do that and or like and just the good amount of support. And also, you know, if I pick up a gig or I'm going to do this, it's made me also too be a lot more cognizant of like, because I am so go of like, all right, because she's so cool about it, go out of your way to find those times to, you know, have a night to, you know, just be together. And I know you're, you know, it sounds like, oh, you just want one fucking night a year, but we find a good balance, and now she's got a cool job that she's into, so that helps. But it's good to miss people, man. Like being on the road, even for a weekend, it does suck.
Helps.
Yeah, man. Distance.
Makes
you know,
the heart grow fonder.
there it is.
Got you.
So
Everyone was saying you weren't going to contribute today, dude, but that you came in hot right there.
Who the fuck said that?
A lot of people outside the building, dude. I think it was my Uber driver mainly, but yeah.
Fuck.
she's 26. She's 26, and you're 39.
Yeah.
We were talking about this before we started podcasting today.
Right.
I don't think that's weird at all.
No.
But when is it weird? How young can a 39-year-old date before it's like, this is weird?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, she's never.
Not her. I'm saying this is a general
Oh, so
question.
you're saying, so how.
If you were dating a 20-year-old, is that weird? Or a 19-year-old, is that weird? Like, it's legal. Or even 18 is legal, but is that fucking weird, dude?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't interest me.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
So what is the...
I don't know. I mean, it's almost like with, I think I don't know. You know, my mom used to want me to be with a Jewish girl so bad, and then she just was like, fuck it. And now she's just like, have somebody that you're, you know, connecting with and that you want to laugh with and can still see yourself getting old with and all that. And so the religious affiliation didn't matter as much. she's like, as long as you have that connection, I feel like that, carries some value with the age thing. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, you have to be able to have a conversation with the person, right? Like when you get to that like 39 versus 19, I feel like the conversation changes a lot. But
yeah,
this society has like gotten to this point where I think it always has been at the point where it's like, oh, there's got to be a cutoff somewhere. Like a 39-year-old that can only date to this age.
yeah.
And in LA, and I'm sure in New York and other cities, I've started to notice this phenomenon of it not being like the older guy that's trying to find the younger girl. It's the opposite.
Oh, yeah.
And you find these girls that are 21, 22, and they're already completely sick of 25, 26, 27-year-old fuckboys.
1,000%.
And they want a guy that wants to settle down, or they want a guy that, has life experience, or they want a guy that could teach them something, or they want a guy that's financially capable of all of these different things. And I think that, also as a 36-year-old single person and someone that does date people mostly in their mid 20s, I would say, I run into that issue myself sometimes. And it's weird because you do have these girls that are looking at it from the opposite side, but they don't have a voice in the situation, it seems like,
I 100% agree. I totally get that. I just, why I guess I think it's weird is because where you started off is, it's so hard for me to imagine a 39-year-old having multiple prolonged conversations with a 19-year-old. You're not even in the same. You don't know. You don't know shit when you're 19.
Oh, totally.
You don't know shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care who you are. You're a parcel of who you're gonna be. You're Tommy in it, but Tommy knows something. Tommy knows a lot. Tommy knows a lot.
I think not in a gross
He's to know a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. There's a lack of perspective and just life experience. You cannot replace, just like in stand-up.
That's why I'm like, what is this? What is the substance here?
Yeah.
I see these. I say, dude, sometimes it gets gnarly. I'm 50, 60-year-old billionaires usually.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I see him in shows.
Early
all the time,
20s.
Where you're just like, what is happening here, man? Like, how? Fuck, I don't know, man.
Occasionally, I feel like you get these, these. Because you are right, and I think that's the thread that passes through this entire conversation is your substance in life is built off your life experience. It's not about being able to make funny jokes. It's not about studying a lot in school and being a history buff.
Right.
It's about going through shit. Yeah. That's what builds you. That's what builds every fiber and every part of you. Yes. And so like when I ask the question a lot to people, like when I'm talking to somebody that's 18 or 20, I'm like, what you been through? What you been through? You know what I'm saying? Like what was the as opposed to like
answer is like,
well, my dad's boat last week was, so there's this our neighbors had this Titanic party, and they had they bought actual icebergs, which is why global warming, which whatever, is not happening, because they bought the icebergs, and my dad's boat ran into one, which how is he fucking supposed to know that? I'm sorry, do you have any Coke? But there's,
correct.
So you're like, well, there's that version.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's how much, because that is also the fiber of building a rapport and relationship. I feel like it's something that people can really connect on.
Yes.
Oh, you've made it through this struggle. I've made it through this struggle, and it creates a conversation. It creates depth and all that stuff. So
totally.
To that point, occasionally you find this 22-year-old or 25-year-old or whatever, depending on what age you are.
1,000%.
That's been fucking through it.
And
they dealt with trauma in this, or they dealt with that, and they're able to talk from a place of fucking knowing, and all of a sudden you found a connection with a 13-year or 14-year age difference.
Man. You couldn't be.
Do you think it could be dangerous because if she's that young and you're no, by the way, I'm not talking about you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in the situation if Mike was dating a 24-year-old, 23-year-old, or whatever, even 21, right?
Yeah.
What if this is the case-by-case situation where the girl is going to grow and she's not going to be the same woman that she's going to be in 5 years, and now you added 5 years to your timeline, so it could be dangerous. Dude, my girl's 6 years younger than me, and I didn't even want to date her because of that, because I was like, fuck, dude, she's not even developed yet, until I got to know her history and who she was. I was like, oh, this girl's more grown up than me.
Totally, man. Well, that's how it is for me as well. I feel like she's more mature than I am, but the life experience thing, we kind of meet in the middle, And it's just like you said, Mike, she's had enough that we've, found through just, getting to know each other more, that is also relatable, that I've gone through, whether it's family stuff or, relationship stuff. And had she not had a handful of relationships prior, I probably wouldn't have been as confident in being like, okay, cool. Then but it's all ready for this type of a commitment, but all about it.
Dude,
and also you just find these people, and this is why fucking life is crazy like that, where you go, had no clue that we would be that like just on the same page, and that she'd be that like, I think I was a breath of fresh air, versus what she'd been used to, and just found in her, whether it was line of work or the freeway she was sleeping next to. No, that's sad.
Jesus,
that's a joke.
breath
That
of
was a
fresh
joke.
air just
That was a
immediately
joke,
became COVID. Just immediately.
I love when women are good at being companions or like a girlfriend or a partner. Like some are like significantly and noticeably better at being you're with your counterpart,
Right.
and it's so like identifiable. And for me, like uncommon.
Yeah.
No, not uncommon. It's rare, right? And that's where the girlfriends come, and that's where you get you hopefully you find your queen.
Yeah.
Because I have to be honest, I'm not a great companion at this point in my life.
Yeah.
Actually, terrible.
Well, you want to do your own thing, right? You want to just be the kind of.
Well, yeah, and that's why like there's no
At
complaints.
least you're honest about it.
Bro,
Fuck yeah,
bro,
dude.
my objective isn't to be in a relationship right now. I'm doing my thing, But yeah, it's when you have a girl who's almost been seasoned with
Right.
like when you said it, she's been in relationships
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
She knows the fucking drill, like, and can teach what I need me
Yeah.
about how this works.
Yeah. And she'll make jokes too. She's like, we got to have, kids not super soon, but she's like, she wants them. I think I'm crushing the uncle game with my nieces and nephews, and I think it'd be cool. But also right now we're not in a rush. But she'll make jokes being like, I need people to like look after me when you fucking die way before me. And
Hilarious.
yeah, very funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And then also, and then there's like a beat, and then she doesn't laugh, and I'm like, okay, she meant that.
Oh, she meant it.
for sure. You can pass the meatloaf, yeah.
Oh, you eat meatloaf?
Yeah. What's that?
You eat meatloaf
Yeah.
in LA? Who's cooking that?
Probably mom up in Seattle. Mom's meatloaf. Yeah. Why do you have a meatloaf spot? You said that like you were
That's what
opening
I'm like,
a meatloaf
dude,
restaurant.
Can't remember the last time I've heard anyone talk about actually eating meatloaf.
It's an aggressive move. I think if you order it in public, you're saying a lot about
You're
yourself.
weird.
Yeah, you're a weird guy.
Dude, like if you're at a dinner at a nice restaurant, someone says, "I'll take the meatloaf."
Fuck, I love meatloaf.
Just getting outed.
Would you order it at a
No,
restaurant?
I'm not a psychopath.
Yeah, there we go. It's a tall order,
Just
man.
whisper it. Hi, can I get these for the appetizer?
Don't make a big deal out of it, but if you could just like leave it at the edge of the table and act like it was like a mistake, and then I'll be like, well, it's here. We gotta have some of it. Yeah, that guy.
All right,
You guys
look,
have we gotta wrap this up.
I don't know.
No, yeah, we should.
I got nothing left unless you got something.
I mean,
Oh, is that her?
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Oh, thanks, dog.
She looks a lot younger than what you said.
Gotta be honest, George. I don't like the way you fucking looked or said that, dude. But we can edit
He
that
goes-
out.
he goes-
Fucking, wow, dude.
She looks
Just Pervin
beautiful.
way, yeah.
That's your girl, huh?
Good to know I can leave a phone
She
open
coming
around
to
George.
Tonight
yeah.
Show. You just see you're working the crowd. I'm over here just like,
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
But dude, thank you for coming
This
on.
ruled, man. You guys are crushing it, man.
Hell yeah,
It's,
hell yeah.
Very cool to be a part of it.
Where can we find you on Instagram?
Adam Ray Comedy on Instagram. Adam Ray Comedy on Twitter. Podcast about last night. You can see me on. I'm going back to Australia to shoot season 2 of Young Rock, which is the rock show about his life. I'm playing Vince McMahon. So if you got a steroid guy,
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
yeah, man. So we did season 1 last year, and
That's so cool.
so I'm gonna be. It was only in a couple eps last season because it took you up until he was in college, and now it's gonna be full wrestling all season. So I'll be jacked for that, and then stand up dates at adamraycomedy.com, and then probably helping Jeff buy a truck in the next couple
Hey,
weeks.
Uncle Jeff, we're gonna get you that fucking
Get you that
truck, dude.
man. Keep
It'll happen,
hope
but
alive.
not yet.
Just keep believing, man.
Huh? Guys, we love you. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.
Thanks,
Take it easy.
guys.
Bye.